Hello guys. Welcome back guys. This is part 2 of the Limpopo September 2023 examinations. Okay, so we are doing part number 2 right now with your guy Guru, the best in Maths Lit. Okay. Uh Now just not gonna waste time. Let's just go to question 2 and see what it have for us. Okay. When we land on question number 2, it says Teola, a small-scale farmer, recently bought a new car. A summary of his statement of account is shown in the Annexure B. So let's go to Annexure B to see that statement that they talk about. Let me just fix here because I was working on it for that. Okay, I'm just gonna try to do this. Okay, section B, so that you Annexure B, so you have to make sure that you are using this for question number 2. Indeed, we are in question number 2. Okay, so there we see the summary of that statement. We can see all the details, the purchase price, we can see the address, we can see the installment, the monthly. We can see that we are not given the monthly repayment, which is denoted by B. We can see the account summary, contract 6 years, payment frequency is monthly, the customer rate 17.34%, the balloon that is 283,560. Then they say, note, this item is inclusive of 15% VAT. The balloon payment is a lump sum payment made at the end as you finalize installment. The balloon payment serves as an installment number 72. It means that if you were paying the car for 6 years, so 6 years, we're going to say 6 multiplied by 12 is going to be 72. It means you are now going to pay the car for 71 months, and then on the 71 on the last month of 72, you are going to pay 283,000. That's what this means. Okay, then let's go to the question. The question says, write down the agreement number of Teola's account. Let's go to that account and look at the agreement number. So when you look at on your right here, we have the agreement number. You just take this number the way it is. You go and write it down there. Okay, then let's continue. 212, they say calculate the VAT amount included in the monthly service fee. So let's go and check. Remember, they say everything here include what? VAT. So the monthly service fee is 69 rand. So if it is 69 rand, how are we going to calculate the amount of VAT? Remember, in my videos, I always tell you that we have what we call VAT exclusive, and we have VAT, and we have VAT inclusive. I will always emphasize this on each and every of my video. So VAT exclusive is 100%, VAT is 15%, and then the VAT inclusive is 105. So already this amount is 100 is the VAT inclusive. So according to VAT, it says when you're going to put your fractions, because here we're going to multiply by a fraction, right? So the fraction that we're going to multiply with on top is what you want. What is it that you want? And on the bottom, you put what you have. Okay, now let's go and look at these three percentages. But when you're going to put them in a fraction, they are no longer going to be in a percentage form, okay? What is it that we want? We want the VAT. VAT is how many percent? Is 15%. Then we put a 15. Then on the bottom, what are we going to put? We're going to put what we have. What we have is 69 rand. Now, what we have to understand now is that this 69 rand, it is the amount that include VAT, as it was stated on the statement that these amounts include VAT of 15%, meaning that we're going to put 115 here. So how much was the VAT? 69 multiplied by 15 over 115, and that gives us 9 rand. Now, number 3, they say calculate the missing value be the total monthly payment. So when you look at the total monthly payment, you are given the installment, and you're also given the monthly fee. Then you're not given the total monthly payment. So our total the total monthly payment is going to be 15,226. B is going to be 15,226, 95 plus 69. So how much is it? So it's 15,226.95 plus 69. So it gives us a monthly payment of 15,295.95. Okay. Let's go to number 4. Number 4, they say determine the installment amount as a percentage of the purchase price. So immediately they say as a percent, as a percentage of. It means you're going to take the installment amount and divide by what? By the purchase price. And then here you have to be careful. They didn't say the monthly payment, they say the installment amount. So already we know that our installment amount is how much? Is 15,226.95. Therefore, of what? Of the purchase price. How much is the purchase price? Our purchase price is given here as 781,000. I didn't see everything. 781,000 790 790 comma 48 multiplied by 100, of which is 15,226.95 divided by 781 790.48, then multiply by 100, and that gives us a percentage of 1.95% after rounding off. I've just rounded off to 2 decimal here. So I've just rounded off to 2 decimal, which gives me 1.95. 1.95%. Right, then let's go to the next one, number 5. It says calculate the total amount that Taula will pay after 6 years. After 6 years. Remember, now we have the monthly amount. So the monthly amount we have calculated, it is 15,295.95 multiplied by 12 multiplied by 6 minus 1. Do you know why I'm minusing 1? It is because this person is not going to pay for 72 months. Remember, on the 72 month, he is going to pay the balloon payment. He is no longer going to pay the 15,000. You understand? So it means here I'm literally going to multiply by, I'm going to have 15,295.95 multiplied by 71. Okay, I hope people understand why I'm doing that. So where is the other month? On the other month, he is going to pay the balloon. Okay, then from doing that, we can close the brackets. We can close the brackets, and then we say plus the balloon payment. How much is the balloon payment? The balloon payment is 283,560. 283,560, comma 10. So all in all, how much? Okay, let me just write the number here. This is 2.1.5. So how much is it going to do? So I can just do that on a calculator. 15,295.95 multiplied by 71. That is 108,000. 1,086,012 rand 45 cent. Then we add that with 283,560.10, and then that gives me a total of 1,369,572.55. There we have it. Okay, then let's go to 2.2. Taylor has an investment to a total value of 200,000, which will mature after 2.5 years. Use Annexure B and the information above to answer the questions that follow. Taylor stated that if he reinvests, remember he was planning to invest for 2.5 years. Now he say Taylor stated that if he reinvests the amount for further 2.5 years at an interest rate of 7.8% compounded annually, he will have enough money for the balloon payment. Remember, he initially invested for 2.5 years. Now he want to reinvest again for 2.5 years. So now it means now Taylor is going for 5-year investment. Now he wants to know if the amount after 5 years will be enough for what? For the balloon payment. Okay, so now let's go and calculate that amount. So this is how I'm doing my compound interest. Okay, so what am I doing? I'm gonna start by saying 100 plus what is the interest, and why am I saying this? So this 100 represent the initial amount invested, which is 200,000. So this 200,000, we're going to increase it by 7.8%, which at the end the person will have 107.8%. But I don't like to write it here in the percentage. You understand? Let's write it in a fraction form, which is divide by 100. So if we divide this by 100, it becomes 107.8 divided by 100. It gives us 1,078. Okay, so this 1,078, it plays an important role because it already tells you the invested amount plus the interest. Let's go for the first year. So when we go to the first year, we're going to have 200,000. We're just going to multiply this by 1,078, and it will give us the amount after 1 year, including the interest, multiplied by 1,078, which is 215,600. So when we go to the second year, we're still going to invest how much now? Because it's compound, we are now going to invest 215,600. Therefore, we multiply by 1,078. Multiply by 1,078, and then it gives us 232,416.8. Then we go to the third year. How much do we invest? We invest 232,416.8 multiplied by 1,078. Multiply by 1,078. Then now after 3 years, it means we have 250,545,3104. Then we come to fourth year. You see, hey, this guy is investing. And do you see that I'm not having a cut off of the months, because the first 2 years and there's a half a year. That half a year is 6 months. Then he continue again. Therefore, it's going to be 2,5 plus 2,5. So it's 5 years. So hence you see that I'm not doing any calculation for 6 months. So it's going to be 250,545,3104 multiplied by 1,078. Multiplied by 1,078, which is equals to 270,087,8446. So when you go to number 5, or the fifth year is gonna be 844. I was writing 88 now. 8446 multiplied by 1,078 multiplied by 1,078, and that gives us an amount of 291,154, I'm going to round it off to the nearest cents, which is 70 cents. It was 69 commas, 6965. So I'm rounding it off to the nearest. So now this amount, will it be enough for the balloon? Remember the balloon, it was 283,000. So do you see that the amount after 5 years is more than so it means the statement, remember they say verify showing all the calculation whether his statement is valid. So it's valid indeed. If he invests for 5 years, the money after 5 years will be enough for the balloon payment. Now the next question says, give one possible reason why buying a car on a balloon payment is not a better option. I'm not going to write it down, I'm just going to talk about it. It's because when you buy a car on a balloon payment, it makes the car more expensive, because even if you have finished with your monthly installment, you still have this huge amount that you have to pay. And this is what the banks do. They don't give a balloon of 15,000. You see the balloon there, it was 283,000, meaning that if you are not having that amount, the bank will still say we are refinancing the balloon amount, meaning that they are still going to add the interest on that amount. Okay, so let's go to 2.3. 2.3, they say an average price, like it here. That's why I've said it in part 1 to say this paper, I don't know about people from Limpopo. I'm also from Limpopo there, but I've seen something here. It's not really good about this paper. So in future, I just hope that the right things will be done so that learners are not going to be confused. Okay, but I will just explain here again. So 2.3, the average price of a brown loaf of bread, 700 gram in South Africa is 18.99 in 2023. Mind this, the inflation rate for 2022 was 6.9%, and in 2021 it was 4.5. They say define the term inflation rate in the given context. Okay, so in the given context, look at the price of the inflation. What happened to this inflation? For it to move from here to here, what have happened? Remember, the inflation is in two ways. It goes up and down. Okay, so let me give you the first general definition of inflation. When you define an inflation, you say inflation is the general change. Why am I saying general change? Is I'm now accommodating the increase and the decrease in the price of goods and services. Okay, within a year. So now, here, let's look. We cannot give a general definition because there is something that have happened to that inflation as we are observing. So if we can see that the inflation have increased, so what are we going to say? So we're going to say the inflation is there. I'm just going to write, is that there? Is the okay, let me just say is the general increase in the price of bread. Why am I saying bread? It's because in this context, I'm not even going to say bread. I'm going to be specific according to this context. The price of brown loaf of bread in years, because the price have increased. Now let's go to my favorite part about this paper here. I don't know if there's anyone. I think there was supposed to be an errata on this question paper so that even anyone who download this paper can see that this question was not fair and it cannot be answered. Come here with whatever skill that you have of economics and stuff, but this question cannot be answered. 2.3.2. Taylor stated that the price of a loaf of bread in 2021 was less than 13.99 rand. Verify showing all the calculation whether his statement is valid. So I felt a pain when I see this for learners, because as a learner, you believe that everything on the question paper is well structured. You have to answer everything, but this type of a question, you can't answer it because the information, the way it is given, you can't answer this. Let me give you an idea as you are watching this, so that next time you see this type of a question coming toward you, you need to know what to do. First of all, in the inflation, when we work with inflation, let me just come in here and write here like this. When we work with inflation, we deal with price and percentage. These two, they work together. Okay, so now this price that is given here is for 2023. Okay, we don't have the inflation for 2023, meaning that we don't know where the price is moving from. We don't know if the price have increased. How many percent have the price increased or decreased with? Can anyone show it to us now? That information is not given. So I can tell you with my mind and my understanding with Meslit now. There was supposed to be inflation for 2023. So if there was inflation for 2023, we will compare it with the inflation for 2022 so that we will see. Let me just say the percentage for 2023 is missing. It's missing because now we will use that percentage to do what? To either, if there was an increase from 2022 to 2023, we were going to decrease this price with that percentage. But now we don't have that percent. We don't have that, because if they will say, okay, the inflation for 2023 is 7%, we know that our inflation have increased with 0.1%. Now it means that the price of 2022 for bread, it have increased. It was not 18.99, it was something else, but that price that we don't know what it is for 2022, it have increased with 0.1%. I hope I'm making a sense. And then from there we will take the price of 2022 that we got. We now say we are now having the information of inflation rate for 2022 and for 2021. Therefore, we know that between 2021 and 2022, the inflation have increased by 4.5%. Then the price that we have calculated, so that the inflation have went up with 2.4%, meaning that the price of bread that we have in 2022, we know that it was not that price in 2021. That price have went up with 2.4%. So this type of equation, there's a missing information there. And I have seen where is this coming from. This type of an information, it was also a problem in the November 2022 paper 1. I'm much well informed about this information. I know a lot of papers, so I know where it is coming from. We also had a problem when we do the memo discussion, and I told people that you can't answer this question because the information is not even relevant. The information is just complicated and missing. Okay, guys, I wish you luck. So wait up for, go and see part 3 of the Limpopo September 2023 Mathematical Literacy Paper 1. I love you so much.